Now, I know Frank isn't much, but he's showing a lot of promise in the invention area, and I don't think you're going to be able to put one over on us this week. But you go ahead, Joel. Hit me with your best shot. Fire away.
Hey, sirs, what do you think? It's my new invention. Back it up, Cambot. It's called the BGC-19, and it's based on the premise that drummers just don't get enough attention way in the back. With the BGC-19, you can supply that all-important backbeat and still walk around and be a dynamic frontman at the same time. Now, what's your invention?
That's it. That's it. That's good. That's right. Thanks. Well, it's called the BGC-19. It's based on the premise that most drummers being in the back don't get enough attention.
Frank!
There! Oh, I didn't know it's wrong to steal. Who are you to judge?
We're gonna watch the movie. We gotta watch the movie.
Hey, come on, cut it out, you guys.
Hey.
I want you to go turn out the lights, you spinach chins. I want to show them Gretchen the Slinky, okay? That's better. Well, some exciting things have been going on here in the Satellite of Love. I realized that if you gave the right chemical bath to a Slinky and then exposed it to some ultraviolet light, some interesting things would happen. I want to show you Gretchen the Slinky. Hey, Gretchen, wake up. Come on. Yeah, there you go. See? She's doing really good. Yeah, that's right. She likes to be around people. Come on. Hey, come on. You want something to eat here? I got some carpet for you. You like carpet, you don't like? Oh, come on. Have some carpet. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, she loves carpet. You want some more? Come on, there's some more there. Finish it up. Okay. Now let's show them what Slinkies do when they sleep, okay? I'm going to show you how you sleep, okay? Just hang you up right this. See, they rock themselves like that, okay? All right, and do one last thing for them, Gretchen, okay? All right, I want you to do one last thing. I want you to do your impression of the 60s, okay? On the count of 3, all right? 1, 2, 3. Do your impression of the 60s. That's good. All right. Cool.
That is adorable. I wish I had one of those. Must be kind of hard to take care of, I bet. I remember when I was a kid once, I had this Slinky. I put it on the escalator.
Frank!
Oh, here comes Dr. Forrester now with his invention.
Well, Joel, this invention is based on the old Slinky train toy I had as a kid. It allows me to be in 2 places at once, connected by the special biotube. Well, it's much too complicated. It would take a scientist to explain it, and I'm simply too mad. Well, what do you think, Joel?
Hey, you guys are always stealing my ideas.
We're monitoring your mind, Joel. Besides, in space, no one can hear you sue. Tell him, Frank.
That's right, we're evil. Evil! Those are just the most delightful little cute creatures. I want one like that. I want a little critter just like that. I'm going to go to the Hasbro Humane Society.
Frank!
Huh?
Okay, this is my invention exchange. It's called the radio arm saw. And it's based on the premise that carpenters for the longest time would have apprentices that would study under them and do some of the more mundane work. And now a lot of young people go right into the fast food industry. So none of the carpenters can afford them except for maybe Bob Vila. But what this has is a circular saw that I bolted onto a remote control car. All right, and you can pan it back now, Cambot, and we'll show this. And what we got here is a board, okay? I rev up the car. Okay, there it's going. It's kind of loud now, so just try to pay attention anyway. And it drives right across like that, and it saws the board right in 2.
What's so great about that?
It's based on the premise that the further you are away from the saw, the better off you're going to be.
Oh, huh?
Oh, come on, shake it off, Joel. You're okay. It could happen to anybody.
You okay, Joel?
Yeah, no, it's all hot and it hurts and stuff.
Oh. Well, that doesn't look OSHA inspected or anything. But anyway, right now, Dr. Forrester is going to jam on our new invention. Right, sir?
That's right. Thank you, Frank. Now, earlier today, Joel, I removed my own head and fused it to the bell of this baritone sax. When Frank blows into the mouthpiece, I wail.
That's right. I press the valve down here. The music goes round and round. Whoa! And it comes out here.
Yes, I call this little invention Dr. Sax. Now I'd like to play for you some of my favorite John Coltrane charts. Hit it, Frank. An evil supreme, an evil supreme, an evil supreme. Well, what do you think?
You may have just crossed that line. I've never seen anything so hideous, so immoral, so atonal.
Thank you. Oh, I've got to clean out a spit valve.
Thank you, Frank.
Come on, we have to pray for them. If we can pray for them, we can pray for anybody.
I don't want to pray for the mad scientist.
Yeah, Joel, why do we have to pray for them?
Well, I think they're watching and they control my oxygen.
We don't want you to pray for us. We want you to pray to us. Isn't that right, Frank?
Don't look at me! I said never look at me! Mommy! Mommy!
Calm down. It's time for the invention exchange again, Joel, and we'll go first because we've got a party to go to later. Well, this summer's fashions cry out with jubilant 2-inch armor plating, saucy turrets, and shells aplenty. Can really clear the beaches this summer with our new tank tops.
That's right. The best beach party ever was the one at Normandy. Beach blanket bingo is now beach blanket bombing with the latest in fashion artillery.
That's right. Shelling on the beach takes on a whole new meaning. Let's get in position, Frank. Ready, aim, fire. Now let's see how we've done.
Hey, wait a minute. I can hear the war.
Oh, knock that off.
Oh,
now look at here. Look, there's still a little red. I'm sorry, I can't give you the bear. Well, what do you think, Joel?
Boy, we sure think differently, thank goodness, you know. You guys took something fun and made it evil, whereas I took something evil and I'm making it fun. Check it out, it's the tickle bazooka, all right? It's for those times when just a normal tickle isn't enough. I based it on the premise of what the pundits, Fireside Theater, once spoke. Fighting's out of style, fun's where the fear is. See, it's got a feather bayonet for hand-to-hand tickling. Okay. And then if you really want to have some big blast of ballistic hilarity, there's the mirth mortar. Let me show you.
Oh. Brace yourself.
Head for cover.
Smile. What do you think?
That is so neat. We could base a whole party around that. We could all get in our fuzzy feety pajamas and jump up and down on the bed.
Look, the only party we're going to is the one where we dance on your grave.
Oh, will I be invited?
You'll be the guest of honor. Now, tell them about the movie. I got to get out of this thing. I'm chafing like a bear.
Well, I was going to show you the Mexican jumping beanbag chair this week. It was really great for moving and rearranging the house, excellent for the elderly circulation. And if the vinyl ripped, it would cover itself in a tangy cheese sauce. But again, Gypsy ate it.
She's got Montezuma's revenge like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah, it's too bad. So I had to pull this one out. It's not really done, but I think the concept's kind of neat. Preparing taxes on Earth is a really stressful time for everybody involved, especially the person who has to prepare your taxes. So I invented this adding machine that actually, when it prints out in these kind of candies that are on paper. See, and that way you can eat your losses if things go bad. My favorite flavor is in the red.
Yeah, it turns a bean counter into a jelly bean counter, you might say.
Wow, those are great. I love those. You know what I really liked were those wax whistles that you'd get at Halloween and those little yellow candy corn things. Sometimes I just stick them up my nose.
Look, no one is interested in your little trip down memory lane.
Well, Joe Franklin would be.
And nobody is interested in some candy adding machine.
Well, actually, it's the ribbon was the candy part. If you're going to be...
Please tell Joel and the bots about our new invention.
Okay, well, Joel, if you're like me, when I think of the 70s, I think of one thing. Foosball! Woo! So what we've done is we've taken the whole foosball concept and we've caulked this, added water, and we've turned it into water polo. Woo!
That's right.
Yeah.
It'll provide hours of aquatic terror. Get that, Frank? With shark attacks, boat accidents.
I'm going to kill you.
Just like the kind of terror you're going to see in this film this week, Joel. Phantom Creeps with Bela Lugosi.
And then after that, our main feature is called Rocket Attack USA. It's the feel-good film of the Cold War era. A triumph of the human spirit. But now I'm going to kill you.
I have you now.
Die!
I just scored on you, Pauline Kael. Endure the film, Joel.
I will kill you.
Mommy! Mommy! Don't look at me! Don't ever look at me!
And don't drool this time. Well, hello, Booby. This week's Invention Exchange is an exciting foray into the field of self-surgery, much in keeping with the theme of today's film. All you need is a willing subject, a can of nitrous oxide, and an oversized version of the game Operation. Operation, the goofy game for dopey doctors. Remove wrenched ankle.
No! Why?
Thank you.
And it's all in the name of science, you know, but if you touch the sides...
Thank you.
Well, you get the idea, don't you? Don't you?
And you used to work with these guys? Boy.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, you guys. Again, me and the scientists are in direct dichotomy. They took Milton Bradley and turned him into Dr. Fives, while I took this day-glow X-ray fluoroscope, chopped it, channeled it, added some thrush pipes, and came up with a game that teaches you knows that food in your throat is called bolus. I call this game Pin Bolus. Get it? Okay, as you can see, my innards are all lit up. I take this ordinary day-glow barium meatball and eat it.
Wow.
Okay, and then as you can see, I can move my kidneys here, and it's kind of like playing pinball.
This gives a whole new meaning to playing with your food, doesn't it, Joe?
Yeah.
Hey, if you score enough points, do you get an extra ball movement?
Oh, good one, Crow.
Now, does hopping around make you tilt or something?
No, but it will make you throw up.
Yeah.
And there's the pinballist. Anyway, what do you think, sirs?
Oh, I'm feeling much better now. Say, could you give me a glass of juice with one of those little bendy straws on it? I love those.
Can it, Frank?
It's delightful.
Well, Joel, today's film is a plotless little peccadillo called Ring of Terror. It's about some of the oldest medical students in history. Chomp on it, but don't choke.
Oh, hello, Joel Orini Weenie. Is that funny, Frank? Have we used that one before?
No.
Well, Joel, it's time for the Invention Exchange. You may wonder why we're dressed this way.
I wonder.
Shut up. We're dressed this way because I've lost my train of thought, and don't you ever interrupt me when I'm on a roll again. We're dressed this way because of the movie. Anyway, Joel, as you know, children have long looked up to cowboys as role models, and vice versa. That's where we get the hobby horse from. But today, kids are looking for more sophisticated role models. What's that thing, Frank?
Cuckoo kids looking for cute kicks.
Yeah, anyway.
So what we've done, and since today's movie is kind of a biker movie, what we've done is we've taken the whole hobby horse concept, we've pared it down a bit, shot some paint on it, and what we have here is the hobby hog. Woo!
That's right. It's for kids who want to get into concert security. But we haven't forgot the child. The saddlebags are filled with Zweibach and the tank's filled with Bosco. Kick it down, Mama Gemma.
Hey, I'm sorry, I wasn't listening. Kemba, could you bring it out a little bit? All right, there's nothing the fellas and me enjoy more than a big, juicy, sloppy pizza before we head on in for an experiment in the Mystery Science Theater. Anyway, this is a thing I invented. It kind of puts a high-tech spin on an old standard. It's the 3D pizza. I based it on the premise of the 3D chess from the old Star Trek show.
It's even better with the 3D glasses on. I feel like I'm really here.
Let's see, pepperoni to anchovy level 4.
Wow.
Check.
And
I've got you now, Mr. Bond.
If you got extra, you can take and use this neat pizza lunchbox I invented and carry it right into the Mystery Science Theater.
Joel, that's a trash can lid.
Oh, well, you can use it for that, too. What do you think, sir?
Good afternoon, Bumpus. It's a nice day for a bloodletting, wouldn't you say? Well, in regards to today's movie, I'm just going to say rock climbing.
Rock climbing?
Yes, rock climbing. But before our sweet but not too spicy delve into terror, spotlight invention exchange on young Frank. Oh, Frank.
Thanks, boss. You know, people love to use stationary exercise treadmills for their daily exercise routine. But when it gets nice outside, what do? Dr. Forrester?
We go to the lake, Frank?
Exactly. Oh, nice camera work there, Jerry and Sylvia. We go to the lake. Back me up on this one, people. We go to the lake. So now when it's nice out and you want to go outside and exercise, you can take your stationary exercise treadmill with you, like this. What do you think, boss?
Oh, couldn't you just walk, Frank?
I've also taken this prototype for a stairs machine. Now, this is really good. You go from one landing to the next as you exercise on the stairs. It's really quite unbelievable. It's really something else.
Nice work, you two. As for you, you big dumb kid, you just invented a staircase.
Thank you. And hear me out on this one. What I've done is I've invented a rowing machine, and what I've done is I put a rowboat underneath it, so you can actually go out into the lake as you exercise.
Would you give me those?
We do that. We go to the
Crazy fool.
rock climbing. Rock climbing.
Oh, yes.
Rock climbing.
Rock climbing.
Rock climbing, Jerry.
Rock climbing.
Rock climbing, Sylvia.
In all the excitement, I forgot. Rock climbing.
Rock
Yes.
climbing.
Well, before we get to our film, which is a steamy experiment into the bowels of...
Clay, may I?
You may?
Thank you very much. It's called Lost Continent, and I'm very excited about it because it has Cesar Romero, Hugh Beaumont, a giant lizard, the guy from the Danny Thomas Show, and, oh, did I mention rock climbing? Rock climbing, guys. Rock climbing.
As for you, Joel, I'm sorry we don't have time for your invention this week. Hate to spoil your soup. Paste 'em, Frank.
You are all going to die.
I absolutely refuse to go into the theater against my will. That's absolutely it. Ow! Ow! I got movie side against my will!
Ouch. Jeepers. Well, my invention this week is for sign language. I don't know sign language, so I invented this device. It's a translator. You speak into one end, and it does international sign language on the other. Let me show you what I mean. Okay, let's do something simple. I... See? Love you. See how that works?
Oh, that's really
great.
sweet.
Yeah, and I also can do. I'd like to do a little joke for our friends who use sign language who watch the show. That's a number 5. See, kind of
I don't care.
You can do a lot of other things with it too, like it's a hearing aid. Hearing aid. Like that. Voice amplifier. Voice amplify. And visor. See? Pretty neat, huh? What do you think, sirs? Straighten up.
My name is Crow. I'm a Pisces, and I like a girl who's quiet. Float, float up.
Do you want to, do you mind if I...
Oh, yeah, that's fine. I'm done.
Well, hello, Sir Goofus von Drakesnot. How's the poetry enclave going? Still trying to teach those little bots about emotions, huh? Well, you caught us at a bad time. I'm right in the middle of finishing the elevator, and Frank's getting ready for his hat party.
Mine's going to be the grandest of all.
Yep. Hey, if there's one thing I've told you about those bots, only hate and snap judgment are going to guide them through the future.
Dr. Forrester, you want to come over here a second and... Oh, what's this for?
No!
Oh, man. They crushed you, didn't they? It's probably all hot and it hurts and stuff. Does this mean we get to do the invention exchange first?
No, you don't get to do the invention exchange first. Frank, go and get that unicycle with the monster truck tire on it.
Oh, you mean the one used for crushing mimes, your naughtiness?
Yes, the one used for crushing mimes. Frank, don't let me fall. You make me fall, I'm going to shove bees in your nose and bugs down your shirt.
Would it help to say, I'm sorry?
Frank, look at me. Okay, I'm the invention exchange this week. Are you happy now? All right, everybody gather around and take a big, long gawk at the pocket scientist.
Oh, these, man. Oh, hey, nice improvisation on a standard theme. Joel?
Thanks, Crow. Well, this week's invention exchange for me today is of really an organic nature. I kind of created it accidentally, really. But when you've been marooned in space as long as I have, some of your personal effects can get to be a bit randy. So I came up with this, the incredibly stinky sweat socks. Works every time.
Oh, you got it. That's it. Okay. All right. Okay, put me down. Get off of me. Jerry, lose the apron, all right? And as for you, you barnacle built for two, you're somehow responsible for my spine getting snapped. I'm all right, Frank. And so, you're going to have to pay in pain. All right, Frank. And your first film, rather fittingly, it's a safety film. And then we're going to follow that up with another Lippert masterpiece. Okay, Frank? I'm fine, all right? And you, mow it, you taco head. Come on, get out of here. Come on. Hey.
Look, I run the operation around here, and I say you do the invention exchange first.
Geez, I don't mind as long as you guys aren't planning on stealing another one of my ideas.
That's good. Get everything he says down, and then make a sketch of what he's just done. What? Didn't I tell you to do the invention exchange first?
Well, all right, my invention this week is about a junk drawer. Every home should have a junk drawer, and a lot of people don't know how you get them started. So I invented this, which is Junk Drawer Helper. It comes in a little bag, and it's got a few of those items that are great for starting a junk drawer. Pretty soon you'll accumulate a whole drawer full of stuff. Anyway, there's stuff like a CO2 cartridge in there, a plastic golf ball, a card to a Harley Davidson delership, silly putty, and a little flower, okay? And before you know it, it's filled with junk, see? That's how you get started. What do you think?
Well, actually, we've got a really cool invention this week. I just hope we can find it through all this junk in here. Gee.
Yeah, you're not the only one with a junk drawer, you know.
Yeah, wow, look at all this. Oh, you remember this?
Yeah.
Remember this? The plastic butt from when we were selling the thruster busters?
Very important for your training, Frank. Oh, and look! World's greatest grandmother.
Oh.
Norman Bates gave me that.
Oh, that is so sweet. Oh, by the way, Doctor, I forgot to tell you, the product placement people called me today. I told them, in no uncertain terms, we never, ever, ever do product placements.
It's good to remember, Frank.
That.
You're learning.
Okay, thanks a lot. Yeah, I'm trying to learn.
Oh, and Frank, when you put the tray back in the drawer, please refill it with water.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'll try to remember that. Oh, wait. I'm going to do some quick impressions for you and for you guys up there. Sally Field on a bowling team. My league likes me. They really, really like me. Thank you very much. Oh, another quick impression for you. The drummer from Def Leppard, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Oh, another real quick one for you. Charles Lindbergh, ladies and gentlemen. Charles Lindbergh.
Frank, we don't have time for that kind of nonsense now. We've got to find the invention in here.
Okay, what's
this stuck to the bottom of the... Hey, it's Abe Vigoda from Barney Miller.
TV's fish.
Bernice, I'm telling you, I haven't had a good BM in weeks.
Oh, yeah, I've got an invention exchange this week. If you're like me, and I know I am, there are certain days you come home from school or work and it suddenly dawns on you have a Halloween party to go to. So I've come up with some easy Halloween costumes you can make with stuff around the house. Like this one, Crow will be my model for this one. Just take some candy wrappers and you tape them to yourself or your jacket or your dress if you happen to be a human, like that. And then adorn yourself with some silly string. Like that. Open. And then you face the camera, and then you can go as the floor of a movie theater. All right? And then you get
clever.
this one. Take a milk carton, put a slit or a hole in the back, cut a hole in the front, wear it over your head, and see, you go as a missing child.
Have you seen me?
See? And this one takes a little more preparation. Take some aluminum foil. I like to use the Reynolds wrap. And a pie pan, and you cut the center out of the pie pan. Then you wrap the foil around your head.
Neat.
Like that. I know I probably sound like a kazoo, right?
A little bit.
Anyway, I am Iron Man.
That's clever.
Anyway, then you get the pie pan,
Right there. Right down. On the desk.
There you go. Closer. Warm. Getting warm.
It's a good idea to put this on after you finally get to the party, too.
I bet.
And then you take the pie pan and put it around your neck. And you go as Jiffy Pop Popcorn. What do you think, sirs?
I saw some hack do that at the Funny Bone in St. Louis.
Frank, go get your costume on.
The lizard costume?
No, the other one.
Oh, okay.
Well, Panzer, my invention exchange this week is another easy-to-make costume.
Hey, you copied
Cheaters.
What? What are you saying? That you're the only one to come up with a Halloween costume by using stuff found around the house? I came up with this when you were back in short pants. Can you guess what I am? Can you guess? Well, by taking 2 lengths of ABS drainage tubing and fastening them to my arms and keeping my feet together real close, I go as the goalie of a foosball team, huh? You get it, Frank? Huh?
And by wearing this ordinary everyday Fram air filter, I get to dress up as Lieutenant Commander Geordie LaForge of TV's Star Trek The Next Generation, starring TV's LeVar Burton. Kids, reading opens up a rainbow of enchantment and whimsy and wonder and wisdom.
Thank you, Kunta Kinte. Well, your film this week, Joel, burns deep in the fine tradition of Kramer versus Kramer, Ali versus Norton, Kasparov versus Karpov. It's Megalon versus Godzilla.
It'll make you laugh, it'll make you cry, and maybe, just maybe, teach you a little something about yourself. And kids, don't forget to read Godzilla versus the Velveteen Rabbit.
Jeez, oh, fine. Hey, Camba, moving on a little bit. This thing is called the Mind Control Guitar. I based it on the premise of the Think System from that movie, The Music Man.
Of course I know about the Think System. I invented it. Robert Preston stole it from me.
Yeah, and what about Scarecrow's brain?
Yeah, well, whatever, you know. I thought it'd be really neat if a person could merely think of a sound, and it could be played by this mind control guitar.
Yeah, just think of it as a real guitar to help those dopey guys who play air guitar at parties.
We must remember, with research, there is hope.
Yeah. Now what happens is, you can see in this helmet, there are sensors that read my thoughts. The impulses travel down these lines here, and then they're played by the servo control hands, eliminating that costly middleman, your motor skills. So now all I have to do is think of a juicy rock riff, and the guitar plays it. Check it out. Watch. Now, yeah, all I got to do is add the appropriate facial grimaces, wear spandex, and meet with the ladies after the show.
I have seen the future of rock and roll, and his name is Joel Robinson.
I have seen the future of trite cliches, and his name is Tom Servo.
I have seen the future of an overripe load pan, and his name is Crow.
Hey, yo, you think you're so smart? I will hold that one in 5 years.
Is that the price, or is that your telephone number?
It's a free
Well, I could certainly see how that would... Well, anyway, our invention exchange this week is similar, I admit, but different in subtle yet important ways.
I'll take this, Frank. Thank you very much. These are squeeze toy guitars, Joel, made from discarded doggy chew toys. And these are our roadies, Jerry and Sylvia. Jerry, give me a little bit more monitor down here.
Come on, let's wail!
Wait for it, Frank. Now, every scientist worth his salt knows that doggies love chirpy little chew toys, and they love rock and roll. We've combined them both.
Come on, let's rock this mother!
Let the cowboys ride. Jerry, run the lights. Get the camera. This is our new song, Plastic Man.
Plastic Man!
That ought to hold him, Frank.
Good night, Budokan. Cheap Trick says good night. Good night, everybody.
Now, your experiment this week, Joel, features a giant, bloated, mutant lizard.
Meatloaf?
Godzilla.
Yeah.
Yes, quite. And it features a giant lobster and a tanker full of drawn butter.
It was a rock lobster.
Big finish, Frank. Big finish. Big finish.